Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. I'm just going to dive into Bitcoin. Thank you for your support, okay? Big up the CoinsKid crew. Thank you for supporting us on Twitter, the Patreon, in the Telegram, the Instagram, the Discord, all of it. You know, I've been dropping trades all morning on Twitter and in the Discord to the members there. So yeah, thank you for your support. So right now, Bitcoin, it's having a little bit of pickup. It's doing okay. You know, you've got your support levels, which I've gone through with you. You know, you've come down to the weekly 20. You've come down to this trend line, which has shown you as well. If we take a look at the daily time frame, I do apologise. On the daily, you know, you've got this lovely trend line here, which we've broken out of. Back to support just here. There's this massive head and shoulders pattern that I gave you when you lost support. I gave you that monster short. Okay, that was a legendary short. I think it was around about 40% or something, wasn't it? And I gave you that, boom, target met, okay, to a T. That absolutely met to a T just there. And then we've created this falling wedge and give you the breakout target there, boom, that met to a T. And right now you sort of come up and you're retracing. Basically you're looking for a key level support for continuation, and if you lose your support targets right here, you're looking at a bear market, okay, and you are looking at a multi-year bear market as well, one from which I don't think you'll naturally recover for quite a while, to be honest with you. It would get quite negative for Bitcoin. It would be doing something it's never done before as well, you know. So I do honestly, I completely understand what the bears are saying, that this is A, you know, this is B, and we're going down for C. I understand that, okay, but to sort of invalidate that now, all we've got to do is break this B high then, haven't we? Okay, you know, they were saying it here that this was the B wave. We've come up, this is B wave, and now we're going down, you know, and then they said it there, and then now they're saying it here. So until we start to sort of break up and break this high, they'll just keep saying that wherever we go to is the B high. Do you understand that? And I understand their case completely. You know, it's technical analysis. It's still possible. Obviously, it's still possible. But whilst you're coming up and you're tracing to key level support and you're holding key levels of support and you're back testing trend lines that were previous resistance, okay, as support, you're looking for continuation. It's when you start to lose key levels of support, like I've said to you, for transparency, if we do start to lose key level support here for Bitcoin, that's the time to flip. Yep, okay, you're looking at the ABC, not hopium of it. Do you understand that? The precedent here is the fact that you're breaking resistance and you're holding and back testing key levels of support for continuation to the upside, not to the downside. Do you understand that? It's really simple. So like I said to you, you're broken out of key levels of resistance and you're backtesting key levels of support for continuation. It really is that simple. You don't need to overcomplicate it. One thing that I do want to draw your attention to, obviously, is there's lots here, basically. There's lots at play. You know, I'm not saying we can't go down for another retest or even go lower, okay? We even fall through this trend line, you know, come down to the 0618. We could afford to do that. It's once we start losing that then yes, that, you know, the precedence that the fact that this is some kind of dead cat bounce and there's an ABC correction and we start to roll here and lose that, then yes, you'll see me flip the bias to what the technicals are telling me, which is downside. Do you understand that? So at the minute, all I'm seeing is upside, okay, and there's so much to back that up. You've got so many indicators that are bullish, really bullish. The on-chain technicals, you know, are really bullish for Bitcoin as well. I'm not lying to you, just look it up. They're so bullish. So yeah, one thing that I've said to you, keep an eye on, okay, is on the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, I did say to you, refer back to the videos. I said to you, look, when this RSI comes back down here and touches this trend line, this could be an optimal entry point for Bitcoin, because you can see in the bull run, in previous bull runs, you know, in the previous bull run now, when you broke out, what did you do? You fell back to its support. Look, I've told you this so many times. Look, boom, boom, support. As soon as you lost it, what happened? Bear market. Do you see that? Came up here in wave one. This is what I mean. This particular bull market, this cycle is very, very different from previous cycles, okay? It's Elliott wave theory playing out like a boss so far, okay? Remember that. So far, anything can happen. The tides can change, and you know, as you're fully aware. But right now, you know, you only have to look at this particular trend line. You came up above here. You was bullish. You came back below. And what did you do? You corrected. You fell into a bit of a correction right there. You started to get back above. You know, back testing its support. Lost it. Corona dump. So, like I said to you so many times, you have a corona dump. You're looking at, you know, capitulation. There's no sign of a corona dump at the moment, obviously, unless you've got a time machine. You can tell we're not looking at capitulation here for Bitcoin. We're looking at holding key level support for continuation. Do you understand that? So right now, look at this trend line holding a support. You broke out, back tested it, beautiful. Come up here, got a little bit over it, you know, exuberant, failed to break out the purple box, which is overbought. Came back for support just there. The September dump, which we're going through right now, supply shot for Bitcoin, took off into space. Do you understand that? And where did it bounce off on the RSI? It bounced off our little white trend line that we've been keeping an eye on. Okay, look, just there. Boom. See you later. Gone. Do you understand that? That was last September. That's where we are now. Okay, we are there now. We've not quite come down to the trend line, so you might start to see a little bit more on the weekly. You know, you might be having a bit of a fake rally, and you might come back down again to retest another key level support. You've got all your support targets right now. If you do come down to that trend line, look, hold to support. That's your bull market. You're in a bull market. Do you understand that? You're not in a corrective phase anymore. You're in a bull market. You're in wave 5. Do you understand this? This was wave 4 because you're falling. Okay, you're falling. You lost support. Wave 4. Do you see that? And that was wave 4 within the ABC correction of it as well. So anyway, it's all theory based, and the tides can turn, but we are looking at this white line here as a key level support, and right now you can see it's acting as it at the moment. If it starts to fall below that and starts to hit its head, then you know, okay, we're looking to go deeper, but at the minute we're looking for key levels of support for continuation, and that's exactly what Bitcoin is doing right here. There is also inverse correlation with the DXY. I'm going to show you this in a moment. It's uncanny, and I've been saying this the whole way. Okay, there is an inverse correlation with the DXY. But before I jump into the DXY, I just want to show you one thing quickly. You know, potentially, I've gone through all this with you before, the similarities of wave 2 and wave 4, okay, where they retrace and all that kind of business. I've shown you that, yeah. But one thing I want to show you is potentially, this is my bull run end. You know, based off Fibonacci timescale, I think we're looking at February next year is the bull market end. That's what I'm looking at anyway. We could have a run, you know, we might roll down here, go into a bear market and come back out the other side, God knows. But as long as we're conforming to all this structural support here and adhering to support, you're looking at this, okay? So basically, I think that you're going to see an insane rally here for Bitcoin. Again, not financial advice, but I think that this is what we're going through. This September dump, just here, look, we're going through this. We came up, got overextended. The month of September, we're going through, we're coming back, we'll create like a little double bottom over the next couple of weeks, start to pick up, hold the EMAs, and we'll be gone. Okay, again, not financial advice, but I think come October, you know, start of October, you're going to start retracing, you're going to be up at the high by mid to end October, you're going to be breaking and you're going to be moving forward. So just based off this impulsive wave we've just spun through here for Bitcoin, where it broke out, okay, previous high just there, 14k, and just absolutely went, okay, which is, I think that's what we're doing here. We're looking to break out this high, and then we're going to go. Do you understand that? So if we do, and it plays out exactly the same, because don't forget, wave 2 is wave 4, okay, it's playing out exactly the same. So I'm anticipating that wave 3, which started down here, you know, plays out the same, but it won't be as large as wave 3. This is why, you know, I'll show you, I think that this particular move goes up to 300k, but I think we'll get to 200k no problem here for Bitcoin. Okay, so the reason is, I'll show you right now, you know, unless we have an anomaly, like I've spoken to you about many times before, unless we have this anomaly, this sort of corona dump and this capitulation here, we're not going below these levels. Okay, bears couldn't get us below 30k. We held it like a boss. We held the 1.272 for a couple of months there, you know what I mean? We absolutely held it for a few months, couldn't get us below that. Boss support, solid support in a bull market. Okay, you are in a bull market, please let me remind you of that. And in bull markets you have corrective phases, which you've just gone through. Okay, so yeah, it's playing out like a team. Honestly, it's like I've got a cheat sheet until I've not, you know, until it does something that it's not done in the previous cycle. I've not got a cheat sheet. So I think you're here, okay, you're breaking out, you know, you've had your correction in September, you're starting to move onwards and upwards. If you can start and do something very similar, I'm not saying every single fractal is going to be the same, but I'm just saying, you know, that potentially if we go through a very sort of similar run where we break this line, we just absolutely go because of the FOMO, you know, you could be looking at 100k Bitcoin towards Christmas, okay, then we start to have a little retracement, everyone thinks we're entering the bear, but then we have an insane sort of rally and a blow off top where we come up and we you know, we get overextended, and by my predictions to the end of the bull run February next year, there's our 200k, okay, and who knows, we could go overextended and we could sort of push up towards the top end of 200k at 300k if we go through a very similar fractal, okay. And I'll keep reminding you, you know, just because it's happened before does not necessarily mean it happens again, but everything in this here has already happened here so far. Only this is the thing that's not happened, this, okay. So if this happens, that's your ABC, isn't it, you know, and the bears are right and it comes down there, but I don't anticipate it, to be honest with you. I don't think it will happen, but again, just because I don't think it will happen doesn't mean it won't happen. I think the level of support here for Bitcoin is immense, okay, and it's looking for continuation. It's back testing key level support for that continuation. So yeah, that's Bitcoin. It's doing really well, I think, and yeah, you know, I'm not saying it's not going to roll over again, okay. If it does roll over, you've got your key levels of support, but you know, this is bullish. The fact that it's done its head and shoulders pattern, it lost it, come down, come back up, back tested it as support, now it's back tested it again as support. You know, this is solid. You've back tested a trend line here, a previous level of support that you lost, okay, and you went short. You've back tested it multiple times just there. it's bullish. It's relatively bullish to do that, okay, and hold it as support. 20 EMA as well, you know, 0.382. Worst case scenario, you roll, you lose that, you come down to the golden ratio, the 55 EMA, and you get a bounce off that. You know, who knows? Who knows? But so far, this 18% correction from there to there, which I gave you last week as well, you know, once you high out, you know, and start to roll, you're looking at a minimal 18% correction. That's happened. That's happened, you know. So it's almost like I've got a cheat sheet. But again, nothing I say is financial advice. So this video is getting really long. I do apologise. So I'm just going to show you the DXY real quick, okay? Because there is a correlation here, like I've spoken to you so many times. See, with the DXY, then, what I'm looking at is there is an inverse correlation at the moment. I'm just looking at last September dump, okay? So last September, look, the DXY pumped and crypto dumped. Do you see that? Had a bit of relief rally, come down, made a double bottom. Then throughout the month, you know, DXY corrected for a few days, coming down to a key level support before having a major rally in the DXY, and with that you're seeing another rollover of crypto, creating essentially a triple bottom right there. And then come towards the end of September, what happened? The DXY started to go into a downtrend, a multi-month downtrend into the new year there. And with that, this is where you're seeing crypto break out and push onwards and upwards, and everything were breaking highs. Crypto, you know, Bitcoin was breaking highs and getting relatively overextended, okay? That's why it's had such a whopping correction right here. So there is a correlation. I think that the month of September could be quite choppy, and like if we sort of look at this particular scenario here playing out again, you know, which it is, it's playing out to a T, then potentially you could go sideways for a little bit with crypto right now, potentially triple bottom in, you know, testing the lows again before you actually get the break, start to break out here. One thing we do need to keep an eye on is the DXY. You know, there is an inverse correlation. So if we look right now, you can see that basically, you know, a few days ago when the DXY fell, like I said to you, look, it's a rising wedge and it's coming back down to where it formed a wedge, and you can see it's come right back down to that target, and literally as it bounced off this floor just there, this target, this technical target in the DXY, you've had that correction in crypto. Look, your orange line is the total market cap of crypto. You've had a correction, you've rolled back to a key level support for crypto's previous high, and right now you're bouncing up, you're picking up, you're having a relief rally. But don't forget, you have relief rallies in the previous September correction as well, so you might see a bit of chip chop sideways, you know, something like this, and have another relief rally and does something like this and retest these lows, comes up again, another triple bottom or whatever, if it plays out the same. But as soon as this starts to lose this low just here, the DXY, that is when, you know, if you're looking for a confirmation statement, wait for the DXY to lose this low that it's created for itself just there, because that, for me, that's your formation of wave 5 for crypto. You know, the DXY is going to fall and you're going to get that fifth wave, that monster wave, that continuation of the wave that you are actually in right now for crypto, okay, breaking the highs. So this is what I'm seeing. You know, it's an inverse correlation, it's playing out to a T. Until it doesn't, it is what it is, you know. And until the DXY does something like this and comes up and breaks out and moves onwards and upwards, there is still a case for a crypto bull market. Do you understand that? And crypto's not in a bear market yet, okay? It's when it starts to do something like this that this is a confirmation statement that you are in a bear market. Until then, you are in a bull market and a corrective phase of a bull market, and you're looking for continuation, and the inverse correlation between the DXY still exists. Do you understand that? So that's basically Bitcoin. Let me show you something on the hourly time frame quickly, just to summarize before I go. So if we take a look at the hourly time frame, I think I did post this on Twitter this morning. So I'm seeing this a lot across the board for particular projects. Okay, so you're creating some kind of horizontal, you know, it could be deemed as a bit of a bear pennant. Who knows? The horizontals are primarily continuation patterns. Okay, so if you start to see Bitcoin lose, because you can see it's coming towards an apex right here, okay, if it does start to lose this key level support right there, this is where you can see a continuation of the downtrend here for Bitcoin, potentially losing this apex and coming back down to 43,782. So you could be looking at, you know, a little correction right there of around about 4.91%. But equally, you know, it's a horizontal, they have breakouts to the upside. If you break this key level resistance just here for Bitcoin, you're going to start coming back up. It'll look really good. But like I said to you, you're going to be in a bit of chip chop sideways. If it plays out exactly like it did before, okay, with the inverse correlation with crypto and the DXY, sorry, then you're looking at chip chop sideways for the next few weeks before we actually get the breakout. Okay, so yeah, you're looking at that. You know, come to your charts, draw your trend lines. You're looking at a kind of breakout relatively soon for Bitcoin. It's coming towards an apex of an horizontal. You fell into it. You know, it could be deemed as a bit of a bear pennant continuation pattern. So yeah, watch this space, watch this space. But hopefully, like I put on Twitter this morning in the Discord, if we have load out here and this is the low for Bitcoin, Bitcoin just here. This is the low at 42843. You know, we are looking at a 60k Bitcoin on the next impulsive wave up out of it, minimal. Okay, it's all about where the low is, and if we can retain that and create the bottom out structures and start to pick up, you know, break the highs, especially if you start to break this high, you're looking at 60k Bitcoin. It really is that simple, you know. And if you break that high as well, you're invalidating the larger ABC correction that the bears are talking about, you know. And we're looking to get the party started. You're breaking that you're going to be at 60k. You're going to be at the the all-time high there and making new highs. So I think the month of September is just going to be very choppy. Okay, it's all about holding a key level support though for the month of September. Okay, but equally I've shown you you've got key levels of support below you that you can afford to actually go down to in this bull market for Bitcoin right now. Take care everyone. Back soon with another update on Bitcoin. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Thank you for your support. Bye bye.